What is up, guys? Chris here, and today I have some exciting information on Bungie's new title, Destiny. At E3, we got to experience Destiny's first ever gameplay reveal. The game looked pretty amazing and had some awesome combat features that we never seen before in any game. If you guys missed it, be sure to check that out first on my channel before watching this, because today I'm going to be breaking down that gameplay for you guys and letting you know what all we saw in that. So let's go ahead and get into it. As the demo opens up, we watch as a dropship flies overhead upon an abandoned highway swarming with the fallen. As the dropship comes to a halt upon a huge wall, the bay door begins to open. And for the first time ever, we get to experience beautiful real-time next-gen graphics being brought to us by the PlayStation 4. You can see that the Guardian here is a warlock due to the armor style he is wearing. As the gameplay begins to roll on, we get to see how nature is still a huge part in Destiny's world. Then all of a sudden we begin to hear the rockets of a ship roaring in the background. A small light beams down to the surface, and through the light appears another Guardian that happens to be a hunter. This is another player that has dropped in real time to aid us as we descend upon this wall. This feature really shows how unique Destiny will be compared to other games. After a waving emote, the two begin to descend upon the wall. The area beyond this wall has been confirmed to be called Old Russia. Here's where we finally get our first look at our player's heads-up display. You can see in the top left that there is a radar. Our teammate shows up in a light blue and enemies will show up in red. In the bottom left we see two abilities that will be shown later on in this gameplay, and to the right of those abilities we see two gun silhouettes. The first one is your primary weapon, and the one below that is your secondary pistol. To the right of the first weapon silhouette we see a number. This is your ammo count, which also appears in red numbering directly below your sight on the weapon. I think this feature has been needed for a very long time in games because it allows for you to keep your focus on combat and still be able to see your magazine count. You can see directly above his teammate that there is a white number bordered in blue. That number signifies the level of that Guardian. This hunter happens to be a level 5. We can also see that the hunter here is in a crouched position, which confirms that we will have a crouching feature in Destiny. As the two begin to go on, we see them enter a room that is pitch black filled with darkness. Our Guardian Warlock calls on his AI companion named Ghost. This artificial intelligent robot lights the way searching for the power. As Ghost is searching, we see what it's like to aim down sights in Destiny. As you can see here again in the bottom left of this holographic sight that there is another red number signifying your ammo count. Ghost finally finds the power and the overhead lights begin to turn on. When the lights start to turn on, we see the Fallen for the first time in gameplay. Above each enemy is a red health bar and a number located in the same place where Guardian levels are located. This resembles the level of difficulty to defeat that enemy. The higher the number, the harder they are to kill. As we approach them, we see that our hunter teammate has used one of his abilities. This ability appears to fire an orb of some sort that then eventually splits into multiple orbs before collapsing back onto the enemy, causing massive damage. After that, a fallen enemy begins to approach our character. We do a melee attack that kills the fallen enemy in one hit. This officially confirms that melee will be an option in Destiny as well. Here you can see that the melee attack uses a knife stab of some sort and not just a punch. As the gameplay goes on some more, we watch as our Warlock character slides across the floor, confirming that sliding will be in Destiny as well. After standing back up, he begins to fire multiple shots with his pistol. You can see here that some headshots will cause a critical kill which explodes the head off of enemies, killing them instantly. This will obviously vary on each enemy depending on their level of difficulty and health size, but on weaker enemies it works quite well. As the characters move on, we see our hunter teammate crouch and then thrust his gun into the air, engulfing it in a flame. Here you can see it increases the damage of his weapon, killing enemies seamlessly. Our Warlock also has an ability that we see here as he raises up in the air and then fires a blue energy explosive attack that does a massive amount of damage to neighboring enemies. This attack has been confirmed to be called Nova Bomb. As you can see in the bottom left of our HUD, our abilities require a cooldown time to be used again. As the game rolls on some more, we watch as a lot larger fallen enemy reveals himself from a pipe in the wall. Our hunter teammate, being so close, gets pummeled by the shockwave from the fallen enemy. Here you can see that this fallen has a unique skull emblem and a name that reads Rixus Arkan Slayer. Both of these features signify that he's a boss of some sort. You can also see through the combat that he is much harder to kill compared to other fallen enemies. I'm really excited to see that Destiny has boss battles, but I do hope to see much larger bosses because that would make advancing in the game a lot more fun and also interesting. Here you can see in this gameplay that our teammate who is down now appears as a floating orb. As we run past our teammate, you can see that we have an option to revive him, which confirms that Destiny will have a revive option. Once we kill the boss and he begins to disintegrate into dust and various orb-like materials, we initiate the revive on our hunter teammate. You can see here that the revive is pretty quick, lasting only about 2 seconds. Once it's over, our teammate drops back in with all the same weapons and armor he had on previously to being downed. This is a pretty cool feature because it makes it much faster than having to revert back to a previous checkpoint due to only one of your teammates dying. As the game rolls on some more, we watch as our Warlock Guardian approaches the orb that the mini-boss has dropped. This orb contains loot from the fallen boss. Loot has been confirmed to be for every player in a session, allowing for no fighting or rushing to pick up loot. Here we can see a notification shows up in our HUD notifying us of a new weapon we received called the Thunderlord. After the notification disappears, you can see our Guardian opens up a menu screen of some sort. In the top section we can see tabs for Avatar, Inventory, and Settings. In the top right we can see that our Warlock is a male human Warlock that is level 7. Below those titles we see another title that reads Winter Moon. Nothing has been mentioned on what exactly this is or means yet, so we'll just have to wait and find out. Also on screen you can see a little bit of character customization. On the left are the Warlock's weapons and on the right is the Warlock's armor. The first weapon on the left is a superior pulse rifle known as the Viper P3. The description reads, a solid, accurate pulse rifle that delivers on its promises. You can also see each gun has a weapon level. The sniper has a weapon level of 70. The next weapon on this list is a superior hand cannon known as the Duke MK44. The description reads, slow to shoot but brutal upon impact. It also happens to have a weapon level of 70. The final weapon on this list is a weapon we just received called the Thunderlord. The Thunderlord is an exotic machine gun. The description reads, even in the chaos of the gap, one could make out its thunderous fire, leaving a sea of fallen in its wake. You can see here that the Thunderlord has a very high weapon level of 200, which also may signify that it's a rare weapon of some sort. Below the descriptions, you can see 4 titles darkened out. The first one is called Gathering Storm, then Full Force, Stormmaster, and finally Rolling Thunder. These are potential upgrades you can receive for the Thunderlord. Here we can see on screen the upgrade path available for this weapon. You can see down low that the Thunderlord has an accuracy, stability, and magazine size of stage or level 2 and a handling of stage 3. Now finally we'll take a look at the upgrade path. You can see the first upgrade is for accuracy, which will increase your accuracy stage by 1 point. It costs Glimmer to upgrade and or a weapon kit. You may also notice that some upgrades require talent points. I'm assuming you achieve those through progressing and leveling throughout the game. As our character scrolls along, you can see the upgrades vary, some being for ammunition, accuracy, and then here you can see some of the unique upgrades that I mentioned earlier. This upgrade is called Gathering Storm. The description reads, with every kill the fury of the weapon builds, granting bonus damage for a limited time. Here we can see the last upgrade is called Rolling Thunder. The description reads, burn through your enemies with thunderous rounds that will both penetrate and detonate. It appears that the more unique upgrades will grant you special ammunition or temporary increases in damage with the more kills you rack up. These features sound really amazing and I really hope to see them play out well over the course of Destiny. Now finally we get to see our Warlock wield the Thunderlord. You can see here that it's a massive heavy machine gun that has a lightning feature sparking throughout the weapon. Now here we get to see what our hunter teammate looted from the fallen boss. In the presentation they joked multiple times about the name of this sniper rifle, but eventually it was shown to be called Closing Time. Closing Time also was shown to be an exotic sniper rifle, which alludes to rare weapons in Destiny being called exotic rather than rare. Personally I could care less about the title just as long as the gun is limited and somewhat powerful. Now we watch as our hunter teammate leads the way out of the wall. You can see here that Bungie did a great job with lighting and effects in Destiny. I'd say that Destiny has a good chance to be one of the best visuals we've ever seen in console games. Finally we make our way through the wall and experience what old Russia really is. Everything you can see here off in the distance or in front of us is real geometry and playable in Destiny. You may notice that up in the sky you can see a contrail running across the clouds from a ship flying by in real time. I hope this is hinting towards space travel or aerial combat of some sort because that would be a really cool feature to integrate into Destiny. As we look up in the sky we watch as another dropship flies overhead. After the ship is gone, there appears another Guardian to aid us along our journey. After a welcoming emote, we get to see for the first time what this Guardian looks like. We can see here that this Guardian is a Titan that happens to be a level 11. We also watch as our new Titan teammate pulls out a rocket launcher of some sort. You can see here that this launcher is very unique, having some sort of animal's head sitting on top of it, and also a pretty sick color scheme. This weapon was later confirmed to be an exotic rocket launcher called the Jalahorn. Now because we have 3 Guardians including ourselves playing together, we are called a Fireteam. A Fireteam can consist of up to 3 players no matter what their race or class is. As the gameplay rolls on some more, we watch as the sky becomes extremely dark, revealing a tear or portal of some sort in the sky. Out of the tear drops a huge spaceship that destroys some towers off in the distance. You can tell by the aggressiveness of this ship that it's definitely not friendly. As it moves closer we see that it's not alone. Flying alongside this ship are some smaller fallen dropships. You can see now in the top left of our HUD it reads Public Event with another title below it reading Fallen Assault. To the left of these two titles you may notice that there is a Vanguard emblem. Vanguards have been rumored to be another class type, but it definitely appears to not be. Either way, it has something to do with this public event, which gives us a little bit of an idea what Vanguards truly are. You can see in the gameplay now that two other Guardians have joined this public event, and they happen to be on some new vehicles we have not seen yet in Destiny. These land-based vehicles are known to be called Sparrows. Sparrows appear to be another way for Guardians to travel faster in Destiny. I'll have a video discussing the Sparrow more in depth next week. As the gameplay rolls on some more, we run alongside our Fireteam to the center of this public event. You can see our Titan teammate use one of his abilities. This ability has confirmed to be called Fists of Havoc. So far it appears that this ability is only an option for Titan Guardians. As we lay fire overhead, we can see that there is multiple fire teams taking part in this public event. You can see here another enemy dropship is coming in fast. Attached to the bottom of this dropship is a Devil Walker. Devil Walkers are spider-like fallen enemies previously known as spider tanks. You can see here that the Devil Walker has several different turrets, guns, and cannons attached to it. It has a skull-like emblem next to its health bar signifying it's a boss as well. You can see through this gameplay it takes many Guardians to bring down this Devil Walker. Finally, after countless shots fired, we finish him off, and that concludes this very lengthy E3 gameplay analysis. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I spent so much time taking apart this video to deliver the best analysis I could possibly give to you guys. So if you guys could, please just take 3 seconds out of your time and hit that like button. One, it really helps me grow as a channel, and it also helps Destiny grow as a community. If you guys aren't already subscribed, be sure to do that as well, because I have all the latest Destiny news updates for you guys. If you're interested, be sure to check out one of my previous videos on screen now, and stay tuned for some new videos coming later this week. As always, I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.